Pay It Forward House came about as a result of a confluence of many things in my life. My sister-in-law was hospitalized right here at Kindred Hospital. And my husband, Phil, and I discovered that there were lots of people who were sleeping in their cars in the middle of January or driving back and forth to Peoria every day because they had a patient transferred here and they didn't live in the community. I shared the dream with a couple of girlfriends on a bike ride. And one of those girlfriends, Joyce Matthew, shared it with her husband, and the next day he talked to the man who used to live in this house.
When Mary Lou talked to me about her dream, I felt that that was something that I could really be a part of, because I experienced it. I was a guest at a hospitality house just like this is.
The Eubanks and the Matthews and other people looked at the property and at the house and worked on very hard, very diligently to work on the house as a place where people could stay, have a night's rest.
Pay It Forward House is here to provide a place of respite for family members of people who are being treated at Kindred Hospital next door. Our service is not so much to the community as to people who come to our community. Our community is very involved in providing that service, but it's for people who come here for a very difficult reason.
I found out about Pay It Forward House when I was considering Kindred as a rehab facility for my husband. I stayed the first night because I had some trepidations about my husband being so far away from home. And then it just became a regular thing. The 3 weeks that he was here, I stayed here those 3 weeks.
Gave me the ability of being with her almost around the clock. If the phone would ring at 2 in the morning, I knew I could be there in 3 minutes.
We not only give people a place to rest, we calculate our service in nights of rest, but a place to continue on their normal life.
We ask our guests and we tell our guests to make it feel like your home.
Bringing someone to health isn't just a matter of a relationship between a doctor and a nursing staff and a hospital and a patient. It's really the whole family that's involved.
Sycamore has a rich tradition of generosity in caring for people. So this was an opportunity to continue that rich tradition of generosity and caring.
From day one, I never expected how much the community would embrace Pay It Forward House and be here to support the mission.
I mean, the businesses that all around this area, they've all, about all of them have stepped up and sponsored something or donated, or it's incredible.
I don't know of any other long-term acute care facility that has been blessed with a hospitality house nearby.
And I think people take a great deal of pride that we are doing something different that is really benefiting a lot of people.
And everybody in this community steps up to help them. That's amazing.
It's a good way to get involved with the community.
It's a hallmark of how we are here.
You know, volunteers have sort of a half-life. They come and they're very active for a while and they sort of burn out. But here, that hasn't been the case.
We've never had an issue finding volunteers, finding donations. They just appear, and it blows your mind.
We have young people as well as old people that contribute to many of the needs that we have here at the house to make the house a home.
That was part of my reason for volunteering, is to get a little bit of a network, to know a few people and get to meet some new people and work with them. And
I have one gentleman who mows and trims, and he's faithfully there all the time. And I have other people that will take care of his own when they can.
Patients' families will come back to express their gratitude to the Pay It Forward House.
It really is still overwhelming to me to think about how this entire house is run by volunteers. I also know how really important and necessary it was for me as a guest to have those comforts at my fingertips.
Most of our operating budget comes from the generosity of other people or other organizations.
We have a lot of tradespeople who have volunteered their skills and their crafts and their trades.
I just can't think of a better way to give back or a better organization to give back to.
it's all about volunteers here.
Well, you know, when we first opened the house, people didn't know the expression pay it forward. It was still new enough.
I read the book and we watched the movie and said, gee, that's a great philosophy. That's a great way to live.
So we had to explain to people that pay it forward didn't mean that you had to pay in advance for your room, because that was what a lot of people thought. So we had to say, you know, it's helping people out not to pay back a favor, but to help somebody out in their time of need.
It's great to help somebody else out and not expect any payment back, but maybe somewhere along the line they'll pay it forward for you.
When someone arrives at Pay It Forward House, we have to think about the totality of their experience with having a loved one with a serious problem and needing this kind of care. They've probably already spent a lot of time at an ICU, at a hospital, and they've already depleted themselves, often financially, but also emotionally and just physically.
Families will say, wow, this is the first good night's sleep I've had in months.
It was great to not have to think about facing an almost hour car ride home at the end of the night. It was comforting to my husband to know that I was just across the parking lot from where he was.
This is the kind of facility that she would have liked. And she got to see me every day because I didn't have to drive.
Rest means a lot of things, and rest comes in a lot of ways. And part of resting is leaving the hospital behind for an hour, leaving it behind for a night, and being involved in something other than the acute situation that has brought them to Sycamore.
Every day, I'm just amazed that we have gone from zero, we had a house and we had a dream, to reality, providing over 13,000 nights of rest in under 10 years. It's amazing to me. Every day I'm surprised and gratified and feeling so blessed that we've been able to do this.
The house has provided warmth, companionship, and it is an incredible comfort to know that that was available to me because of Pay It Forward. I'm here because they wanted me to be here, and everything that happened seemed to draw me here, and I'm incredibly grateful.
This is an amenity that not a lot of communities have, and another demonstration of how we are, what we're about here.
It's made me a better person. It's made our community a better place. It does help others in their time of need, and it has been an opportunity for others to pay it forward, to continue the chain of human kindness.
It's people helping people, really.
That's why we're here. That's why I'm here.
I guess when you think that something's impossible, think again. Because through the synergy of lots of people, anything's possible.